Bir dakika, Pacific Ocean Depth Chart. Bir dakika. İlemiyor muyuz? Biz şu en altındaki olabilir miyiz acaba biz ya? Mesopolojik zon. Botoloji. Evet abi. Şu an bize su bilimleri üstadları bunu açıklayabilse çok seviniriz. Su bilimciler varsa. Düdük mü lan o?
I can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here.
Kapıyı açamıyoruz değil mi? Bunu da açamıyoruz değil mi? Tekrar bir deneyeyim. Açılmıyor arkadaşlar. Üzgünüm. Kapattım.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. We got along and it was a good place to hide from my mom.
Kediyle buradan geçmiştik hatırlıyorsanız. Yalnız güzel resimler çiziyormuş.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
Biziz. Ne yazıyor burada? Build 1937 Evan Finch.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Aha, Zeki Müren'in odasına geldik. Zeki Müren de bizi görecek.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Sven and Eddie Finch.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Yalnız mekanizmaları da yapmışlar ha. Her
Sven
yer
gave
farklı
Sam
bir yere
an old camera
bağlanıyor.
he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Fort Allen. Burayı bir ilk açmak istemiyorum. Odem Finch National Park. Bir astronot, birisi asker, öyle mi? Samuel Finch.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore he'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Uçacağız şimdi. Bak Türkler uçuyor kardeşim. Türkler her yerde. Hadi bakayım.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
Önümüzden geçiyormuş,
I told
çarpıyormuşuz
him
daha
going
çocuğa.
around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe
Tam dönüş mü
he'd
atmaya
still be here.
çalışıyoruz şimdi?
But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Gibi.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Oradan aşağı mı düşmüş acaba diye düşünüyorum ama.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Ve Colway'nin hikayesini bitirdik. Bakalım ne çıkacak.
After the
Daha.
funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Ne güzel tırtıl yapmış. Sürgülü sisteme eyvallah.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Aa bu şey değil mi? Bigfoot.
Growing up,
Barbara'nın.
I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Oranın odasına mı geldik bu acaba? Evet, oranın odasına geldik. Buradan bakmıştık.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Birthday Barbara. O zaman 3D gözlükleri.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, Her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you
Ben
just
bir
need the
daha
right motivation.
çığlık atma.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that
Ne oluyor
was
lan?
a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara
Nasıl düştün
got
acaba?
stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned.
Geçmiş olsun.
So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Rick GG arkadaşlar. Yalnız o bilindik korku filmi müziği değil mi abi?
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled
Allah.
and grew still.
Allah, ay korktum anasını satayım.
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Senin
Well, I'm
çığlığının.
not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Bastım ne olacak?
Have you seen my other crutch?
And she
Dediğim
was
gibi.
still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Çıkamıyoruz mu buradan? Okey. Ne oluyoruz ya? Rainbow taktı abi. Köşelere bakalım.
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Geçmiş olsun.
I returned, saw the hookman, and
Gel vs.
was
Gel
speechless.
vs. Gel vs.
He was quite smashing.
Hadi gel vs. Hadi görüşürüz.
And he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Aa. Yandın oğlum şimdi sen. Gel bakayım.
She played her part.
Gel bakalım. Gel bakalım. Ha, Molly'nin yerine geldik.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges grow.
Ha, flankledik. Vur kafasına. Ha,
He wasn't moving.
GG.
But
Kolaydı.
she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Buradan üstüne bir Death from Above yok mu? Böyle atlayıp. Ana.
Bookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from
Kapıdan-
inside the house.
Kapıdan çıkacak. Ne olacak? Aa, arkamızdan çıktı. Ne oluyor la?
Oh dear.
Ha, ne yapacaksın? İki kişiye tek kişi. What?
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He
Sure,
took
Mark,
it
neden
all
gelmedi?
pretty hard. But that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear.
Ne kadar la bu?
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
O kimin kulağıydı acaba? Ben onu merak ettim. Burası gerçi açılamıyor. Ne edecek şimdi? Ha, buradan mı?
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Neredeki o müzik kutusu aşağıdaydı.
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key. A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Gaz lambası.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Finch kaybolmuş. Ha bak aynen dediğim gibi. Ee, bırakamıyorum. Alo. Heh.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Aslında bir yere gitmemiş. Adam burada kendine bir yer ayarlamış. Burada kalmış bu.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
Nerede yaşıyor bu adam ya? Gerçi Bodrum katında, böyle olması gayet doğal.
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years.
2005.
I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can. I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. a single week. I'd be happy with one new
Bu
day.
abi işte bak bak. Ben buna dua derim, ben buna sanat derim abi.
I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Ne oluyor lan? Görüşürüz. Tren çarptı abi bize. Adam tren çarpmasına ölmüş.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.